Hey, everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier In The Air. Today is a very special early morning episode because I've been making a faux pas by trying to do my podcast a little bit too late in the evening on Sundays. And since I have to get up early on Mondays for my commute, I thought it's best that I just make it early. So gonna try to wrap everything up early. Plus, I have some things already ready to go in the bin, in the hopper, so to speak. So it'll be great. So what I'm gonna do today, it's a very special episode, also because we're back to our games, and we have a special game night that I did with neighbors James and Zaida, and then I have some update, and the game also has a beer review in it. So a kind of an all-in-one type of thing. So we won't have a specific spirit times, but I thought it was a good one to get out because we haven't seen neighbor James and Zaida in a while. We haven't done games in a while, and we haven't done any drinking while playing games in a while. So anyway, so let's get right into it. We have games. So we had a couple episodes in the past couple of seasons about games. We had my friend Chris. Chris was here talking about video games. Well, not the arcade games, but games on the computer, such as flight simulators, such as first-person shooter games, such as all the interactive ones that you can with the group, that you can play online. Still video games, yes, because it's on a video machine, I guess you could say, but it's more just computer driven. And then he also showed us some very cool controllers that he had for the flight simulator games that he would play. Some very really cool ones that actually make it more like an actual cockpit of a plane than just a joystick where you go up and down, or one of the ones, one of the hand controllers with the 9 buttons on it. So we had that on there. We also had, prior to that, we had our neighbors James and Zaida out there with showing us a moon game where Zaida thoroughly trounced us by winning 2 hands in a row to end the game. So it was a very quick one, and we James and I didn't get any defense at all on there. So for you guys out there, what kind of board games, card games, video games, MMPORG games, if you do any, what kind of games do y'all like to play? So what we've seen. What I've got in the past is I've had people with, kind of the standard games, Monopoly. Even someone suggested Shoots and Ladders, that they played it recently with their kids, and the Game of Life. And then there were some. I remembered some more obscure games like Careers, which nobody even makes anymore. It was a game that my siblings and I loved to play. And other board games like that, Cosmic Encounter. They have that online now, but it's not the same. If you're not playing it against somebody in their face, it's just not the same. So we also started talking about some of the card games. So the standard card games like poker, like hearts, like spades. But then we started getting into the ones that were considered from an older generation, but are becoming popular again, simply because of what was happening with COVID while we were all locked down. So games like cribbage, games like pinochle, games like what was the other one? Well, hell, even Old Maid was one that was not played for a while, and I played it with my niece the other day. She knew the actual game. I was very impressed with that. So you have that kind of, sort of thing. And what do you like to do with your friends, family, and or neighbors? Now, my neighbors, James and Zaida, we play a lot of Moon, which is a variant of dominoes. We also play a lot of cribbage. We have a cribbage board, and I have a cribbage board. And you really need the board in order to keep score, because that's just the way it works. That's how you play the game. So, if you have a cribbage board, I have a neat one that's in the shape of 29, which is the most you can get in one particular aspect of the game, the most points you can get. So, makes it very cool. So, what kind of games do you play with your friends and family? And I'd like to hear from you and see if it matches up to what I have and not. So those card games and board games are very interesting games that you can play. It's easy to learn, easy to teach, and you can have a lot of fun, especially during lockdown. Which we're not in lockdown now, but if it ever comes up again, keep 2 to 3 decks of cards handy, and you can have a good time. So let's talk a little bit about board games. So now some of the board games that are making a comeback for game night for a lot of people I've seen lately are very new, relatively new. Some are old. So I know some people that still play Risk. So what's interesting about Risk is depending on the age of your board will determine how the map of what the world looked like at that time. So I know when my siblings and I found Risk years ago at our grandmother's house, it was very, very different than what we see nowadays. I mean, it was probably from the 50s or the 60s, and we found it in the 70s, and there was already some countries that didn't exist anymore. So, Russia was a huge, huge thing, and now it's not. I don't go into. I won't go into it because it's too much political. But anyway, that's just an example. So there's some other countries that are very huge too that we have now broken down to see. So it's good. It's interesting to see, is what I'm trying to say. So, but there's newer games out there, Settlers of Catan, and even Titan and stuff like that that are played by a large group of people that are, a lot of them are very interested in cosplay, or they're very interested in sci-fi and fantasy, that sort of thing. So they like to play games like that. Very multifaceted, a lot of cards and dice and special cards, and then I brought this and I have that. And of course, everybody can remember, at least from my generation on, can remember Dungeons and Dragons. If you've ever played it, I played it in one of the original sets where there was no color. The dice came to you. They still had little nubbins on there from where they were, cast in plastic, and you had a crayon that came with the set that you had to fill in the numbers of the die, because they didn't even do that. That's how cheaply they were doing it and getting it out the door. And of course now it's a monster, massive thing that have seen movies and all that. So it's very, very interesting. I digress. So what I was trying to get to is that games, they're interesting. They keep you interested. They keep your mind going. And so it's definitely something that would good if you are getting on up in age like I am. Then you need to try to keep your mind active at all times. So even games like doing a jigsaw puzzle together. I did a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle with my mom. While she was here, and then I had to finish it after she left, which was horrible because doing it by myself took me so long to do, because I started losing motivation, but then I also got to the pieces where I just could not figure it out. But it kept my brain active, and so that's one of the things that you should also do. So if you don't have a lot of friends and family around you who like to play games, then get them to play games, or work on something that like I said, that you can do on your own. Get a 500-piece puzzle and then try to get a 1,000-piece puzzle, and then see how long it takes you to do it, and that sort of thing. And then you might even want to try to go back to the original jigsaw puzzle you worked on and see if maybe you can do it faster. That shows that you have learned in your short-term memory. And so I'm all about trying to get your memory good, better than what it was, and always trying to keep my mind active. So games like that. So tell me your games, and I'll talk about them in the next podcast, or even whenever you send it to me. So send me the games you like to play. If it's a game that I haven't played, especially if it's a card or domino game, then I'll definitely play it. And I'll get my neighbors to play it with me. So anyway, let's So this week, in order to try to make things quicker, like I said, I'm doing the early morning, and I thought it would be great to go back to games by showing once again a moon game. So the moon game is a variant of dominoes, and it's kind of played almost like spades. If you've played spades, kind of like pinochle as well. There are trumps and tricks and and bids. So you bid to get your number of tricks. The minimum is 5. We're only playing with a double 6 set of dominoes with all of the blanks removed except for double blank. So that makes it quite interesting. So because you can only bid 5, 6, or 7. If you bid 7, you can also say shoot the moon, hence the game Moon. So you'd be able to win all the tricks. So it's very interesting. The game I have for you now is kind of fast. We're talking. We're kind of talking over each other and just talking and shooting the breeze like you would if you were with any other of your friends and family playing this game. And we were doing some shots. So the conversation starts getting interesting as the end of the day occurs. So you might want to take it with a grain of salt, but watch the game. I tried to put it in a good position. I didn't have 2 cameras set up like I wanted to. So we're just going to take a look. Here is, that's my grocery delivery. Here is Moon Game with Neighbors James and Zaida and myself. So check it out. Alright, so we're back. You get to see the neighbors, and now we're going to do, James, you shook them?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to go first. We got to do our shot, first of all. That is tradition. This one's mine?
Yes.
So, Zaida doing water today. We're doing shots of tequila with a floater of,
Salud.
I don't know what that is.
Orange liqueur.
Oh, orange liqueur. So, salud. Good luck, everybody. That means good luck, Hop.
Javier gets the tabalito.
Caballito.
Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so. Oh, you can see that, can't you? I was trying to show the audience myself.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
As long as they can see the table. That's it. Hey.
So I get to go. I bid first. So I'm going to bid 5. Because I feel lucky. So minimum bid is 5. Minimum bid always is 5. But I'm going with the minimum.
I pass.
Zaida
Pass.
passes. And James passes. That's not necessarily a good thing for me. I was doing, as you would call it, pushing. So let's see if I can actually get anything out of this. Well, yeah, I think you're going to see someone getting set, audience.
Good. First hand, I told you.
Yeah, first hand, no less.
And what's the set called?
That's called getting set.
That's a hickey.
Oh, the hickey.
Well, and it's called a hickey,
Yeah,
so.
the hickey.
Ugh.
Which
Well, that
means
is
if
a
you
mess, isn't
lose,
it?
you pay an extra dollar.
That is a big
That's-
mess. I'm going to have to go this way.
Wow.
That does nothing for me. So I'm going to go on 5s.
That was my guess.
Zaida has a double, so she took it. James had a 5, so he played it. Now Zaida gets to play. This is where it starts getting bad for Javier. So, since I only win 5, Zaida can win 2 tricks without me losing, but if she wins 3, then I'm set.
It's a 4.
That's a 4. So there's 2.
Hey, Zaida,
This
come
might be a
on.
long game for our viewers. Well, yeah, it is.
Boom.
So
That's it.
because Zaida was playing dominoes that I had to play if I had in my hand that was not a trick. So that was not a 5. And because of that, she set me. Now I'm going to do a shake. Yeah, they're all excited over there. Whatever.
Money on the board.
Yeah, so when you get a hickey, we're playing $1 a game. And if you get a hickey and you lose, you have to pay $1 per hickey. Right now I have 1 hickey. Here's my double six. I was gonna try to shoot it.
Let me
So
store dominoes over there.
you can have 5, 6, or 7 bet that you're gonna win that many tricks per hand. And if you decide to go all 7 and you know you're gonna get it for sure, you can do something called shoot the moon. And shoot the moon means you're gonna get 14 points. Now we play moon where we go to 15 points. So it's a really good advantage if you're able to shoot it early.
Zaida.
5.
Pass.
6.
Oh, he's gonna try to climb out.
Now do it again, people. Do it again. Oh, dang it. I got 6. I got 6. Don't you worry. So I'm going with 3s this time.
Yes, you do, but barely.
Yeah. Now I really don't. Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you still do. Wow. Must have got a double out there. Go.
Wow.
You got the 6-5 again?
I do, but I don't know if I want to play it. Well. Alright, I'm going to go that way.
Okay. Well,
So I'm trying to draw out the last trump that is not in my hand, which James has played.
but if you have the 6-5, you are.
Yeah, but I have the 5-2.
All right.
So I get set. So I got
Set.
set again. That's 2 hickeys,
2, and
which
you
means
get
$2 extra dollars,
6,
which means if I lose, I lose $3 in this game.
11. Okay.
So the widow is the extra domino. When you win the bid, you get to take that extra domino, look at it, put it in your hand, and decide whether it's going to help you or not. If it doesn't help you, like in my case, then you throw it back and it just gets left on the side during the play.
Oh, so I don't want to try the peppermint
Oh, yeah.
beer commercial.
Yes, by the way, this is Peppermint Bark Yeti. So, Yeti, you've seen a lot on my show. It's fantastic. It's Gread Divide Brewing Company out of Denver, Colorado. And this is a... Wow, Zaida, this is a 9.5. So,
Oh, buddy.
Yeti.
Well, here, let me get her a glass.
I'm gonna get her a glass.
You want
You
one?
ever get me?
Yeah, I'll take one because this is getting warm.
Okay.
So, in our beer break, while I'm grabbing some dominoes and then Zaida will grab hers. So, Moon has been played for many, many years across, probably across the country. I know across Texas for sure. If you had a chance to listen to James, neighbor James here, who wrote a book about growing up in what part of Texas?
Mart, Texas.
Morton?
Mart.
Mart, Texas. Mart, like
Texas.
Kmart, but without the
Mart
K.
and elk and okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Only just about that much.
That is dark.
Oh, it's dark. It's dark for the peppermint bark. You want some of this?
I'll
I'll pour
taste
you a
it.
glass.
Oh, here, put some in the shot
I
glass.
was gonna say I'll pour it in here. Well,
No, put it in the shot glass.
put it on the dominoes. All right, so here we are, Great Divide Brewing Company, Denver, Colorado. I said
Right.
Denver, right?
So from Denver, huh?
Yeah, Denver, Colorado.
Here's to Denver, Colorado.
There's the Denver, Colorado, with our beer break. So Peppermint Bark Yeti.
Cheers.
Salud. Having a little caballito, as Javier too would say.
Wow.
So
That's good.
here we go.
That is really good. Wow. For a dark.
It is really good. There's
Smooth.
just a slight peppermint in it.
Yeah.
Peppermint bark, you know, is really peppermint and chocolate. So this is really good. It's not heavy.
Yeah, not at all. Okay, so it's my bid. Javier is 11 in the hole, 2 hickeys. Zaida has got 3, and I have 2. So Zaida is leading the game, and my bid is a pass.
Your bid is a pass.
It's a pass.
I got a pass as well.
I'll go
Okay.
5.
Zaida's going 5. Let's look at the board. Point out the 11 in the hole. 11 in the
There.
hole there.
Zaida is leading with 3, and I have 2.
So it's not good. It's not good. Where's the camera? Camera's over here. It's not good, people. It's not good. This is what I got.
Oh, follow me.
Zaida's doing something called Follow Me, which means she's gonna go on. There's no trump or that you're using doubles. I'm gonna show that. So, by the way, I'm gonna give this 7.5 thumbs up for the Peppermint Bark Yeti. Zaida,
I
what do you think
think
about
so
it?
too.
Yeah,
It
James.
was good. Yes, definitely.
There you go.
Definitely.
Okay, so back over here now. 2, huh? Okay. So more than likely, Zaida's gonna get her bid. What'd you bid, Zaida? 5?
5.
Yeah, you'll get 5. And as you win, now not all people who play Moon do this, but if you win, or when you win your tricks, we put our dominoes face up, and that helps out individuals so that they can figure out what they're doing, because you can read into how many dominoes you have. So as you see, Zaida's now is having to play 6 because she didn't get this guy on the last one. So I get it, and then I'm gonna play this one.
Oh, wow. All right.
And then this is gonna be a long game, people, because
You got a double it?
I got 5-4, and that one's good.
That's good.
So I
good.
just
So
set
I'm
Zaida,
set.
go
All
me. I just set Zaida,
All right, so you
and now the tables are kind of turning, but not really.
All right, so Zaida did 5 or 6?
5.
No, 5.
5. Okay, so she's 2. The hickey. Nice shake.
So
Wow.
now there's potentially $3, $2 for
Winner.
James, which would be a $5 swing for him. And so it's not looking good for the home team. So there's the home team there. Let me, I know you threw them in front of me, but I'm going to grab these, cherry picking. So, what other games do we play, guys, while we're talking
We
about
play
games?
cribbage.
Yeah.
We play.
Oh, we started playing, Zai and I started playing
backgammon.
backgammon.
Oh,
That's
nice.
an old 70s game. It's like the bars back then used to have backgammon boards in them.
Yes, I love backgammon. I used to play with my sister Aida a lot, penny a point, backgammon.
That's it.
And we were brutal. So
Javier's bid.
Uh,
8 under 2 hickeys.
I'm gonna bid 5.
I pass.
Fast.
Yes. No. Well, it doesn't hurt me, but it doesn't help me. That's for sure. Jesus, that's horrible. So I'm gonna go on 4s.
Three deep again.
Again.
Man,
Jesus.
You just gotta stay away
Right.
from those,
It just doesn't want. Just doesn't. And you had.
dude. I had 3 of them.
Oh, you're 3D.
I'm 3.
I gotta get it out of them, or I'm gonna get set again.
Gotta make me do it. Just gotta make me do it.
Yeah, you're gonna. I only went 5, but you're gonna set me.
Okay.
You got another double. I'm sure you set me.
Fixing to play this one.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, last one.
Alright.
So we'll see if I can get it, people. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I really don't think I'm gonna get it.
Wow. Really? Not bad.
I think Zaida's got me what it is.
I think I got you too.
The
Well,
way that James is hemming and hawing over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. Double tray?
Yes.
So I got
Alright,
set
Zaida.
again.
Alright, you bid 5.
I bid 5, so now I'm back to 13 in the hole.
With 3 hickeys, and Zaida got.
Let me shake
1,
these, people. Let me shake these.
And I got 2.
So this is going much longer. This is a typical game for us here.
Typical
But normally
first
our
game.
first game goes quick. And if you remember from last time, Miss
Wait a minute,
Zaida
was it my shake?
shot it twice. No, it was my shake. You forgot to move the dot. So the dot is whose turn it's shake. So now you see 13 in the hole with 3 hickeys. That means I owe $4 if I don't win. Zaida's 1 in the hole with 1 hickey, which means she pays $2 if she doesn't win. And James is just over there grinning like a fool.
Grinning like an old farm boy.
Yeah. All right.
Pass.
Boom. That's Ola. Wow. This is crazy. Well, I'm gonna go 5.
Because I'm 13 in the hole, there's really no difference for me whether I say 7 or I shoot it. Well, you went what, 5?
I went 5.
But if I shoot it, I could go up to 14.
14 out of the hole.
14 out of the
Erase
hole.
that.
The only thing that would ruin me is one thing. One thing only. So you know what? Because we're doing this for the podcast, I'm going to pay my dues. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot it.
There you go, buddy.
That doesn't help at all.
Okay.
Let's see what I got here.
No, it's not 3 deep.
There it is.
That's all he needed was the split.
All I needed was the split. Yep, there it is. So then I got it, and I got it. So there's only 1 left, and then I have 4 doubles.
Oh.
So I actually did what you call shoot it, which means on my, see if I can get it over here. I'm gonna put an S saying that I shot it and I was successful. So I probably won't win the game, but I feel a little better that.
Hey, that was a good move.
That was a good move.
That was a good move. I mean, y'all pretty much shut me out. I mean, I got 4. That's like slop. I'm catching slop.
You're catching slop, but I've seen you win off the slop before too. So, all right, people. So we're close. So for those of you who may be interested in playing Moon with us, we play $1 a game. You can play up to 4 people, where you do it kind of a round robin style, and then you can also have multiple people playing, and that works out great. And it's James's bid.
6.
I'm gonna pass and hope that I get 1.
I pass.
I'm gonna have some more of this Yeti.
Well,
I will too.
Zaida's gonna have some too.
aces. You got 2 of them, it's over. Oh, Zaida has 2 of them. Well, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
All right. But that's okay.
But Zaida can play the wrong one and I get it. Pew.
That is the conundrum, right?
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
That's
That
just
is
a
a 6.
Just a 6.
Now James wins 6. So we could get some money on the board on James's side if he doesn't get his 6.
Which I probably will not. Okay.
Zaida's gotten that.
Wow.
What was Trump?
Aces.
Aces.
All right.
Yep.
Where's that A6 at?
Let me do that.
Okay.
And
Nice.
now Zaida needs to play the right one.
I'm gonna have to give it up. I'm gonna have to give it up to keep the game going. Oh, that does it. Don't have to give up nothing.
You don't have to give up nothing.
You got 2.
So now James is set. So now let's look at the board, because now this is kind of crazy. Again, indicative of our games, but much longer than we did last time on the show. So
Lots of money.
I have 3 hickeys, which means I have to pay 4 if I lose. Zaida's got 1 hickey, which means she has to pay 2 if she loses. And now James has 1 hickey, which means he has to pay 2 if he loses. I don't think he's grinning anymore, people. I don't see him grinning. So, by the way, I have 14, 15 to win. I have Zaida has 1, which means she can shoot it and win. And James is 2 in the hole, so -2. He can still shoot it if he wants, but he doesn't win. He only gets 14.
So if I had bid 5, would you have let it go?
No, it was Zaida. I didn't have any, remember?
Okay.
So,
No, but I mean, not if I just bid 5, would you have bid 6?
Oh. It's close. It was close. I had 5 for sure. So my bid. I'm gonna bid 5.
Pass.
6.
You don't have it, people. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh yeah, that's ugly.
You know what? I got it.
Yes, you do. I think I'm gonna be punting here. I'm gonna be punting here.
Better play that other one.
I am.
Oh.
That's a 6. I punted. You won.
Oh yeah. So I won. So because I won,
You saved.
I saved 3
$4.
times. Zaida owes me 2, and James owes me 2. So that is a big swing, people. That is huge. Look. There's 2 right there. And that's 2 right there. Thank you. There's 2 right there. So now, instead of being $4 in the hole, I'm $4 up. So that winds up great. So there's our 1 round of Moon, and we'll talk more about games later. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
So there you have it. You see, as the conversation got a little bit more animated as the shots were flowing. So really great day out there. It was a little bit on the warm side, but still it had a nice little breeze to it. We did play some cribbage on Friday, and the wind was blowing horrendously, but we were able to keep the cards down. So that's a typical game that game that we play of Moon, and we play multiple games throughout the evening. So it is a $1 per game. It's a friendly game. There's no house rake, so there's no gambling per se. It's just us making it a little bit more competitive and more interesting of a game by adding some money, a money aspect to it. So that was us at Neighbor James and Zaida's house. If you saw all the wonderful plants that they have in the background as well, they are quite the gardeners, not only for fruits and vegetables, or not only for vegetables, but also for flowers and cool looking plants and everything. Maybe we'll have James and Zaida on in the next couple of weeks showing how their growth is doing. So anyway, so if you'd like to play Moon with us, just reach out to me, send me a note, and we can certainly get a game going. It's normally played by 3 people, but if you have 4, you can actually do what is more of a tourney style, where we all draw to see who plays. The top 3 numbers get to play, and one of them sits out and does the shaking. And then as the hands go around, as one's hand finishes, then the shake goes to the next player, and so on until a game is complete, and then you start all over again. Actually, I take that back. You don't have to draw again to see who plays. The person who wins becomes the shaker for the next game. So it's a very nice democratic way of doing things. And so you win, you have to sit out for a hand. And that's just how it goes. So for more than 4 people, if I got 5, 6, 7 people, we would actually have 2 tables. 6, we would probably have 2 tables of 3, and after every game, we'd probably mix it up. Winners would swap. If we had 7 or 8, then we would probably have again 2 tables, where we would have 4 at each table, and then the winners would swap that way as well. So the winners would be constantly moving, which makes it a little bit more difficult for them to continue winning. So just like we had on the Moon tourney that we did. I want to say last year. I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. So anyway, great going by James and Zaida there. Thank you for being on the show. And if you have a game that you'd like to play tournament style or something, send me a video and I'll get it on here as well. Always looking for that. Always looking for people to interview as well. So if you want to interview about some obscure game that you play, or a game that you normally like to play with friends and family, send me the video. I'll get it on here as well. So that was our gaming, and wonderful Peppermint Bark beer by Yeti from the Great Divide out of Denver, Colorado. So once again, thank you for having Yeti make some of the best some of the best beer that I found, and has a lot of my favorites. So thank you again, Great Divide, for your Yeti line. One of the things I wanted to mention earlier before I showed you the video, I talked about my groceries being delivered. Now I'm not being fancy or snobby by doing it that way. It actually stops me from picking up bad food. Sure, I could still order it, but when I order online, I'm a little bit more calm and composed when it comes to my eating. When I'm at the store, I notice I have a lot of knee-jerk gut reactions to wanting to buy high processed, high sugar foods. And so I try my best to avoid that from this point on in my life. So I try to get as much, I try to actually have it delivered and plan in advance. So if you plan in advance, then it's maybe a $5 surcharge if you go with HEB, which for me, $5, that's money well spent as far as like time and effort that I have to do to go drive over to HEB, walk through the entire HEB, buy some garbage that I don't really want, but I buy because I impulse buy, and then drive all the way back home. So to me, that's worth the $5. Now, I could have ordered yesterday and gotten some stuff, but it was as high as $12, depending on what time of day I would order for them to deliver. So I figured I could hold off, and I held off till this morning, which is Sunday, and was able to get it down to $5. So, and if you actually, for a while during lockdown, I was considered one of their higher members, and actually every other time my delivery was free. So if you're getting stuff delivered every week, then you can probably be one of their elite members. I don't know what they called it, but it turned out to be really nice. So that's one way I try to save myself. Plus the $5, I figure for $5 I would have bought $5 worth of garbage anyway that I was going to eat. So, junk food or high processed food that I don't need anymore. And so I figured let's just do it this way and go for it. So if you are having concerns about the way you eat, you're having concerns about what you eat, or if you are maybe not in the same location as a loved one or elderly friend or family member, you can certainly help them set up to get delivery as well. So we want to make sure that everybody's able to get access to the food that way. You may have to put it on your account, but if it's a friend or family and someone you care about and you want to make sure they get their food, then it's well worth it. You can also, which I found out the other day from my boss, is that you can also do planned meals. You can set up what meal you want to have per day, like I think even 2 or 3 times a day. Plan the meal, and it'll pick the food for you, and then at the end you say order, and it orders all that stuff for you for the week or 2 weeks, and or even longer. I wouldn't go more than 2 weeks anyway, because a lot of that food that you're ordering is fresh. But you can plan the meal that you want to make. Well, I want to make, I want to have fish in the afternoon with the salad. So then you can pull the ingredients that you need, and it'll do all that for you. So a really cool thing. I haven't looked into it yet because I usually make my own meals, and I don't know what I'm going to make until I go to the fridge. But it's a really great way to plan it, and basically to help out friends or family member that you may be delivering food to, so that they know what to plan. Okay, so that's it for the show. I hope you enjoyed this really different one. I hope you enjoyed the moon, and we always enjoy James and Zaida making it to the show. I'll have them on soon to show their garden. I will show my garden probably this week because I don't have anything really planned. If you are interested in presenting, talking about your business, your mom and pop business, in your mom and pop business or your own business that, maybe you're not a pop, but anyway, or a mom. But if you'd like to present and talk about your business, please drop me a line, and I will get you on the show. If you have anything of interest that you'd like to talk about, other than politics and religion, please reach out to me, and I will get you on the show as well. So highlights for next week. I am actually hosting an event here at my house for singles over 50. So this is something I thought I'd try. I was on Nextdoor and I joined the group and I noticed that there wasn't any action going on in the group. So I thought maybe I would put forth an event. So I managed to wrangle four other people that were interested in getting together. So we're gonna have some drinks out on my patio next week, weather willing, and we'll talk about what we want to do with that group. Maybe host some more events. And I'm not in charge of I'm not the admin of the group. However, I thought it would be great to just get some people around my age and who are single, and we can maybe have some outdoor events and some bar events, and maybe form a group of trivia or something like that. So we'll figure it out as we're there. So I might have some highlights from that. We'll see, weather permitting, and of course if they will permit me to video them for the show. So I'll give you an update on that next week as well. Probably bring back Old Man Rant. Sorry, Ma. And I will definitely be bringing back Zen Moment. So this show has already gone on a little bit longer. But it's great. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a good Sunday. Oh, by the way, I might have some highlights from my nephew's performance later on this afternoon at the Field House out in Leander. He's playing some music. He's getting into learning to play very well. He looks like a little tiny Joey Ramone, but he's good. I'll show you. Well, he's not tiny anymore, but I'll show you that next week as well. So have a good Sunday, everyone. Have a good work week, and I'll see you again on the next episode.